It has been so long, and my path has been so dark. Darker than I ever dreamed it could be. But we're finally gonna watch this Star Wars fan film that's been requested for so long. Darth Maul Apprentice from the channel T7 Pro. But hey, before we go into that, it's sellout time.
Except we're not really selling out because today's sponsor is actually pretty awesome.
Giant Panda King, which is what my mom calls me.
That doesn't sound right.
So internationally, GPK is best known for their touring Star Wars burlesque show, The Empire Strips Back, but they also work across print, podcasts, film, and more.
I genuinely mean it when I say that they make extremely high quality parody content that takes geek and popular culture to a whole other level.
And recently they sent us over their flagship magazine, also set in the Star Wars universe, called Wookiee Erotica.
Think like an old 70s Playboy that your dad would hide under his mattress when he was a kid, if he grew up on Tatooine.
Ha! He stole my joke. I made that joke off camera.
And we actually read the whole thing from cover to cover.
That's what my dad would tell my mom.
What?
But he's right, we did read the articles and everything in here.
What's wrong with your parents?
Honestly, these things are wildly immersive, featuring authentic feeling ads, articles, interviews, and erotic comics steeped in the Star Wars world and mythology. And of course, my mom, the girls!
Seriously.
You're gonna have to grab the mag for yourself if you want to see, because this is definitely not YouTube advertiser friendly. And on top of that, I read this next thing in the matter of 2 days. This incredible Gotham 1919 to 1939 book. And they take the Batman characters and the mythology and they transport them into America during the Great Depression. It's wonderful.
These books are incredibly lived in and constructed, and they're almost like reading a graphic novel in their own right.
So please go ahead, hit our special link, you will not regret it, and head on over to GPK to check these out for yourself and see what else they got in store. Seriously, it means a lot. I'm trying to get free tickets to that burlesque show.
Yeah, it would be fun if we went.
I don't want to take you. I want to take my sister.
Are you still going to therapy?
I've heard a lot of great things about this one.
Our enemies will pay for what they have done to us. The annihilation of our people will not be left unpunished. For 1,000 years we have been waiting, hiding, observing. But our time to strike is finally at hand. My apprentice. Now the Jedi are weak, blinded by arrogance and limited by compassion. They choose to deny the true nature of the Force. That hate makes us powerful.
Damn.
Soon we will be strong enough, and vengeance will be ours. But until then, our presence must be kept hidden. We cannot let them know what we are planning. You must protect our secrets at all costs.
Oh, I'm already in love with this.
Yeah. I want a hollow bubble.
Any intruder must be destroyed immediately.
Wow, this is like 4 years old. It looks still incredible.
Yeah.
Not that 4 years ago was like forever ago, but still.
It is in technology.
A lot of
terms.
yeah, so there's technology speaking.
Yeah.
I'm getting closer to the source of the signal.
Curly-haired
feel it.
Jedi.
Wait, I think there's something else.
Sweet!
Oh! Oh!
He didn't even double blade it.
No. I'd say that's just one side.
It cannot be.
Oh, sweet!
Snap.
We must inform the council.
There is no time. We have to deal with it ourselves. Everyone focus.
Nipple shots.
Get away. Stay close to me.
I want to see Darth Maul grow a beard.
Ooh. Oh, dude, this is great.
So come on.
Damn. That's so awesome.
One guy looks like a scorpion.
Boom.
Yeah. No one makes me bleed my own blood.
This is incredible choreography.
Great shots, dude.
Boom, boom.
God.
Oh! So cool!
You have been beaten. Surrender. There's no escape for you.
This is better than all the Disney fights.
I was gonna say it's gotta be half the comment.
It really is, though. Choreography's insane. Oh, yes! Dual wielding. Oh, it's like watching a video game.
God, this guy playing Maul too.
We can't defeat him. We have to retreat.
If we let him escape, it could mean the end for all of us. You have to trust me.
Okay.
You're all dead. Oh, look at that. It's like Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan again. Yeah.
Ow. My dude.
I still haven't slept with her.
Your fighting style is a long-forgotten art, but I understand it now.
It's badass. You done pissed off the wrong Sith, man.
Let us leave. We already lost too much.
We can get him. Don't be afraid, my young apprentice. I will protect you. Come.
He's gonna come back with a ship. He's rocket blast them to
Yeah.
To hell with you guys. Pain in my ass.
Focus.
Where'd they shoot this?
That's a great question. I just want to go there.
No.
I
so cool. Wire effects are great. Yes! Man, I like you, but I want Maul to win.
I'm sorry.
Aww.
You got this, Apprentice. Don't worry.
This should be a show. This should be a live action show. That's not this guy.
I mean, it would cauterize, I guess. Ah, this guy. That. Music too.
Yeah, it was incredible. Get up, young Jedi. He's gonna kill her in a blink. I love this, man. Samurai Western standoff. So great.
A fistful of Imperial credits.
Better not extend. Please.
Come on.
Yes. That is a great shot, man.
Oh! God, wow. Seriously.
I have chills like everywhere.
My whole body is a nipple.
Oh, force off.
Use the Force, Harry.
Come on, just become a Sith.
Oh. Oh, no.
There's a darkness in her. They're being watched, dude. I love the way they handle that. Oh god, that was so great.
You have done well, my apprentice. The Force is strong with you. I have led these Jedi here for you.
Oh.
And every kill has made you stronger. No mercy, no compassion limits you. You are truly powerful. Darth Maul, your training is complete.
Cool.
This is the beginning of the end for all Jedi.
Yes, my master.
Dude.
Bravo.
Sean Boo.
Oh man. God, that was incredible.
That was very masterful.
That is one of the absolute best fan films I've ever seen in my life. That was like equivalent to when people have us watch like video game cinematic trailers. You know?
Yeah.
Like, that was so good.
I feel like Star Wars should just start acquiring these and putting them out.
It should be like an anthology show.
Yeah.
Like a live action anthology show.
At this point, they should just make some kind of official thing where, like, you made a fan film and it's good, just we'll showcase it.
You know, the guy who played Darth Maul was great.
Yeah.
He was really great.
Especially having to act through just body language and
language.
all that makeup. Like,
I mean, yeah, he communicated a lot with his eyes and his expression. I love that, the way that final... I would have been so upset if he spared her life.
yeah, I know.
But I love the moment of conflict that he has there, and then all he's doing right... I mean, it's a great job on the direction, too, of cutting into the camera, knowing he's being watched, knowing he's being tested. You could feel all this without them saying it.
Yeah.
And you could... all that conflict is resonating in him, and that rage, and there's like this humane pathos brought to the character here. It was like a layered performance without... It's easy to chalk it up to, oh, you're just gonna be quiet, but that's not it, man. Like, there's a lot that he was communicating just through the body language and the facial expressions. It was real, like, haunted performance, I thought.
Yeah,
it was
man.
great.
Darth Gosling over here.
In a lot of ways, yeah. Yeah.
DEFCON Unlimited.
But also, I gotta say, too, a lot of the time when, a lot of times when they do like fan films or independent short films, they always shoot like in the park or something.
Yeah,
it's like the best place to get exterior locations. And this was one of the rare cases. It's like they chose a location that wasn't just like, you know, they're a park near them. You know, this is like
It's
a forest.
national park.
Yeah. It's like the
Someplace.
sand, the beachfront. All that was. I would love to see a behind the scenes on this because everything about this was so well executed.
Yeah, these people better be making films and stuff now. Like,
better.
they better get funding for stuff. Like, if this didn't help out everybody involved, I'm going to be sorely upset
It was
about it.
Denis Villeneuve who directed this.
Yeah. It's Taika Waititi's Star Wars film, right?
The tone and the mood of the entire piece was so felt. There, that menacing presence that had a bit of like a somber, melancholy tone mixed in with that dark side to it, you know, like, that had some of that haunting drive behind it, menacing undertones. I thought the choreography was so great. It was more than just like cool style throughout. There was like storytelling within the fighting. We know that, you know, Darth Maul, Apprentice fan film, probably gonna win in the end. It was a constant game of strategy and them having to figure each other out. Maul figuring them out, that main Jedi, him figuring him out. The way the back and forth went on it, there was like a constant build. And that's what kept the suspense alive in it. It's something that I thought the Disney trilogy tried capturing with their fight scenes. You got the mix of the cool, hyper-stylized choreography from the prequels, and then you get the best of both worlds here, I thought. Getting some cool choreography, but communicating so much in just its tone and mood throughout the whole thing. I felt more for the showdown with Maul and whoever this Jedi chick is.
The other apprentice.
A little bit more than I did for Kylo and Rey a lot of the time in the Disney trilogy. And I'm like, I feel connected to this, man. This is great.
You can feel the desperation and the determination clashing together just as much as, you know, the lightsabers and the cool stuff. I really love the way that they did all of the fighting, partly because, you know, they're all, for the most part, lightsaber or force push fights, but each character had their own energy about it. Each character sort of seemed like they had their own approach to the fighting style. The way the choreography worked out, having multiple people attacking at once in the top of this, I thought worked really naturally too, because sometimes you'll see these and you'll be like, okay, good fight choreography, but everyone's going in one at a time. Really making use of the double-sided saber for Darth Maul, just adding to both the badassery, but also, the authentic fight quality that this gives out. Like, this is so pro.
Well, to bring it to life too, where he has a double-bladed lightsaber and then someone else is dual-wielding lightsabers as well. It switched from blades to using it kind of like a screama sticks. And the music on top of all that was so grand. It wasn't like bombastic, but it was still operatic. It struck the right balance. And the visual effects too. You're gonna have to wait. Jeez. You don't get fed for another half hour. And the CGI was also excellent too. The sound design, great. Everything was so crisp here. Nothing felt, other than the fact that I was aware that if this was like a studio produced thing, it would probably just look a little sharper here and there. But for the most part, anything that falls under like fan film or independent student film, none of those qualities were here at all. The sound design was absolutely excellent. The visual effects were great. Every single shot felt wonderfully composed. You know what it is? It felt lived in. It didn't just feel like a tribute. This had me have the thought of Star Wars, Disney Plus, whatever, should do a live action anthology show and get these kind of filmmakers involved. Do their own thing, or get, like, there's other wonderful fan films out there of Star Wars. This has got to be like one of the absolute best though, you know?
Yeah, in terms of just polish and consideration, design, all that stuff, and even the sophistication of the shots. Like, it looked like they had, this is 4 years ago, but they still probably could have had drones and stuff like that. Like, it didn't even seem grounded and confined to a lot of the limitations some other fan films that I've seen have felt. Not to knock those, but yeah, this really did feel like you were just peering into a little movie, but also it was the perfect length, you know? It feels like the perfect little short story, and then you're done. You know, you kind of see how Darth Maul is set out onto his journey into the rest of the universe as we know it, at least in this take. Just all that aura, and even just the little references, like the orb on the front of that droid reminds me of HAL 9000. Like, it starts to take on these rich layers that, you know, you wouldn't necessarily expect to be able to pull out of a, you know, short like this.
Good job on location scouting too.
Oh, seriously.
Because that's a big part of what breathed a lot of life into this. When they're in the forest and the trees, I'm like, all right, they found a good place to do this one's cool scene. And then they're shifting locations.
They're in between those giant rocks, and they're out in that big broad field.
That was great call. Great call. And another shout out to the guy who played Maul. Beyond him doing his own thing with the performance, right down to the way he moved as Darth Maul. If you had told me Ray Park you know, revisited the role with this fan film, I would have believed it. Because, 100%. He moves just like him, you know? I see here that they have a teaser trailer for their Cyberpunk 2077 fan film. Wow, so they got something else in store right now. All right, guys, well, subscribe to T7 Pro as soon as you can. If you haven't seen this in full format screen just yet, if this happens to be your first time watching with us, please go to the original link as soon as you can. Subscribe to The Real Rejects. Make sure to click that notification bell. Thank you to Giant Panda King for sponsoring this video. Hit up our special link in the description box.
Titillate yourself.
And last but not least, Patron of the Day shout out. I want to shout out Caldurian C. Pinnacus today. Caldurian, at the time of filming this, I know that lately you've been going through a bit of a rough patch, and a lot of people have during this pandemic time. I know you've experienced a loss very recent, and I'm sorry to hear what you have gone through. It also sounds like, though, that you've been able to grieve through this process. I don't mean this to come across in an insensitive way at all. It sounds like you've managed to make the most of it. You've been throwing yourself back into writing, and you've been getting a lot of creative things done lately. Watching something like a great fan film and knowing the kind of work that you admire, I just want to encourage you to keep using whatever emotional process you have to keep going through that tunnel till you reach the light, because I'm sure that whatever you got in store is going to be something that feels very sincere, authentic, from the heart. On top of that, thank you for all the animal love that you have been spreading around the world. You've been a great gentleman and a great supporter of The Real Rejects, and I only want the best for you, buddy. Thank you so much.